there's no place like home for the holidays. And no matter how far away you roam, if you pine for the sunshine of a friendly gaze, for the holidays you can.
Welcome back to Horror for the Holidays. I'm Jeff Searcy.
I'm Jay Logsdon.
We're here with another Stocking Stuffers. Jay Logsdon was under the false impression this was going to be out some werewolves.
Yeah, what's the deal with them werewolves?
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out another time, Jay, because this time we're trying to figure out what the deal with them aliens.
Oh man, what's going on with them aliens?
What is going on with them?
I do love, I mean, you're going to ask. I love aliens. Like I dragged my mom to Roswell, New Mexico twice.
Nice.
I've been through the museum. I've been to the UFO shaped McDonald's.
Excellent.
I loved space. As I think I told you on our road trip, the only science course I was any good at was astronomy.
Yes, Jay Logsdon, long space enjoyer.
And so it would be like a chemistry unit, FDC, somewhere in there, physics unit, FDC, biology that's not human anatomy. I did pretty good at human anatomy. Botany, FDC, all those things. And then it'd be like astronomy, A+, like 100%.
Nice. So Jay Logsdon, obviously a lot of experience watching the skies.
I keep watching the skis.
The skis, they're out there. I want to believe.
I do want to believe.
Yeah, I do too. But we're not going to be talking about any of those credible alien theories today, Jay. We're going to be talking about some of the most far-fetched, crazy theories that just happen to be true.
Oh, some real Brad Abraham's love and saucers stuff.
Oh, yeah. All kinds. All right. Well, I was watching a documentary the other day, Jay. It was called Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire.
Okay.
Which apparently the X is silent in, by the way, but I'm going to keep saying X anyway.
Kind of like Spy X Family. The X is supposed to be silent.
Yes, but I'm not abiding by those rules. People can't make me.
If you put the X there, I'm clearly supposed to pronounce the X.
Yep. Anyway, popular theory proven by those documentaries is that the Earth is hollow, Jay.
Yep, I'll go with you on this premise.
There's not just monsters living down there, Jay, but there's also aliens.
There's aliens.
See, a popular theory apparently made more famous, I would say, probably by Godzilla and the Kong universe type thing, because they've been doing the Hollow Earth since Kong Skull Island in like 2017.
Okay.
But apparently, several episodes of Ancient Aliens also posited that the Hollow Earth is a base for the reptilian alien overlords that run the Earth.
Okay, Alex Jones.
Which, I mean, see, that's the thing, is like, people are like, oh, this is just a funny thing people do on TV, but like, no, people actually believe this is true.
Right.
I mean, it's becoming, with the whole rise of QAnon and all that stuff, that like reptilian overlords has just been like accepted by some people now.
No, yeah, absolutely. It gets wild. as I've said, as we've mentioned on previous episodes, we're both QAA listeners. Like,
yes. I mean, there's some theories I could see that might be plausible, but the whole reptilian overlords thing seems a little far-fetched, because if these aliens are advanced enough, Jay, to travel the stars, why would they need to hide in the Hollow Earth? Wouldn't they have some kind of technology that would allow them to hide from us?
I mean, you would think so.
But no, apparently they gotta hide in the Hollow Earth.
My first experience with the whole Hollow Earth thing was, is it the DC Comics character Warlord? I think lives in like a Hollow Earth in like Antarctica.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, there is some Marvel and DC Hollow Earth stuff. There's a really funny mole man thing. The Hulk and Iron Man team up to fight these mole men that come from the center of the earth.
I love mole man.
Yeah, I love a good mole man too. But unfortunately, the mole man is not our extraterrestrial overlord, Jay. It is the reptilians. Can you think of some popular reptilian leaders that we see on a daily basis?
Well, I mean, if you're David Icke or whatever, or I guess even the former Southampton soccer player, Matt Letizia, everyone's a reptilian.
Well, for sure, we know the royal family, definitely reptilians.
Yeah. What's the deal with the king's hands or whatever?
Well, I mean, we got Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer, definitely reptilians.
Are turtles reptiles?
I mean, technically, yes.
Okay, all right. Then I'll go. I didn't believe it until you said that turtles are reptiles, and now I'm 100% on board. Mitch McConnell's a reptile.
And of course, we got Nancy Pelosi, obviously confirmed reptilian. Oh my God, the biggest one, the one they always point out in the conspiracy circles, Hillary Clinton.
Yep.
I mean, what the hell did she throw up into that glass, Jay? That was nasty. You ever seen that clip?
No, I have not.
She has like a huge coughing fit, and then she spits like 2 white orbs into a glass. They're like, I don't know, probably like 2 inches around.
Weird.
And I was like, what the fuck is that? But yes, obvious reptile.
Yeah.
And of course, Trump. I mean, how could you look like that without being a reptilian?
True. He looks. I mean, he looks like he's like a tiny like T-Rex reptile that like pilots like a large mech suit body. Well, not large as in that like he's a fat guy, not large as in like a giant mech suit.
Well, and you've seen his neck, right, Jay?
Yep.
It's getting like a monitor lizard almost. His reptilianness is starting to show through.
It inflates when he's in danger.
Yes, exactly. But yes, I know it's very funny to us, but unfortunately, it's because you want to know how many people think that the reptilian conspiracy theory
I'm not gonna like this.
is at least plausible, Jay.
I'm not gonna like this at all.
Now, people who are hardcore believers are about 9% of the population, which is still ridiculously high.
That's too large of a number.
But people who say it's plausible, Jay, what do you think?
Oh, I'm really, I don't know. That's the thing. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I'm worried it's going to be like 40%.
It's not quite that bad.
Okay.
27% of the population
Still
would
pretty
say
bad.
plausible. So that means combined with the actual believers, that is about 40% of people.
Do you think? I mean, do you think it's kind of similar to like the thing that you and I have said, where like I don't believe it, but wouldn't it be cool if it was? Like do you think maybe there's like a large chunk of people that's like, no, I don't believe it. That's stupid. But it would be cool if that was a thing. So like I'm open to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping most of the plausible people are. Like, it could be, but I mean, if they might be misunderstanding what plausible means too.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's still a major problem, even if it's just the 9% of people who are hardcore believers.
Oh,
that's a lot of people, Jay.
Now I'm depressed. This episode's over.
And that's just the United States, by the way. That's not the world. Because people like Alex Jones and the various QAnon hucksters, Jay, they are very popular overseas too.
Yeah. Oh, they are. Like I said, David Icke and Matt Letitia. There was a podcast a soccer podcast I listened to, and the guy's a Portsmouth fan, and so for people who aren't soccer fans, Portsmouth and Southampton are rivals, and so Matt Letitia is this legendary Southampton player who's gone completely off the deep end with like conspiracy stuff. And so as a Portsmouth fan, he subscribed to Matt Letitia's newsletter and will just read out the sections like every once in a while.
Very, very funny.
Just as a fun way to poke fun at a rival team's legendary player.
Let's see, Jay. So we've talked about our reptilian overlords, obviously, and living inside the hollow earth.
Yep.
Let's talk about another theory made popular by another. I saw a Roland Emmerich documentary, Jay, a few years ago called Moonfall.
Oh yeah, of course.
Did you know
the hollow moon,
yes,
the superstructure?
As I said, did you know that the moon is not actually a moon? It is a space station, Jay.
It's a superstructure egg with a large.
It was an alien race, Jay. Well, actually, they were alien to us, but they were humanity in the far distant past. They made this because an AI they created went rogue and destroyed their civilization, and they created these artificial moons as like power generators and like arcs almost to send out into the cosmos and try to find a planet where they could preserve humanity. And so, of course, we all come from the moon, Jay. We were seeded by its technology.
Right, of course.
Which is combining two things, the fake moon theory and the we were genetically engineered by aliens theory, of course. What would you say would be a good number for people who believe we may have been genetically engineered by aliens?
Well, I mean, people who played. People who've seen Prometheus. I mean, people who played the StarCraft games.
Mm-hmm.
Those are both big plot points because I think humanity came from the Protoss. Everything came from the Protoss.
Supposedly, yes.
So, I mean, I don't know. Once again, people might be susceptible to the idea just from like pop culture stuff.
It is a popular idea that we were genetically engineered by someone else.
So, I don't know. I'd say, that's the one. Like, I don't know that like I hardcore believe it, but I'd say maybe like 50%. Like,
Hardcore believers, we have 7%. And, which, I mean, seems weird to me because alien genetic manipulation is much more plausible than reptilians at the center of the earth.
right.
But whatever. But, yes, more people are open to the idea at 54%. Say we may have been genetically engineered by aliens.
Wild.
All right, well, Jay, as a famous scientist, Obi-Wan Kenobi once said, "That's no moon. That's a space station."
Wow, Moonfall has one of my least favorite movie tropes: the conspiracy theorist who winds up being right.
Yes. Well, I mean, it is a little forgivable because he's the fat guy who plays Sam on Game of Thrones.
Right, but it's just every time this pops up, like I think it gives like the wackos more credence. Like,
but see, the Moonfall story is a lot cooler than what the actual hardcore conspiracy theorists think. They think that the moon is an alien satellite made to look like a moon by covering it in dust, but it's actually been left here to spy on humanity because we're too dangerous for the cosmic plan the aliens have in store.
Doubtful. Have they seen, like, we can't get our government to agree to get rid of daylight savings time. Like,
That's what makes us so dangerous, Jay. We're willing to just change the clock at random. Who else would do that?
we're so chaotic. We'll just twice a year change our clocks.
I mean, and it doesn't make any sense, Jay. It's not like changing our clock changes the position of the sun.
I was so happy. I was like, "Oh, we're fine." And Jeff, listeners, Jeff and I worked overnights for years.
Yes.
And the two worst days of the year, like, with the exception of like when we got slammed with a lot of work or whatever, the two worst days of the year were daylight savings time days, because there'd be one day where everyone had to work essentially an hour later, like we all had to work till 5, and then there were the other days where we would all have to leave essentially an hour early, figuring out time cards with all that. It was just always such a fucking mess. And so when they finally announced, like, we agreed we're going to get rid of it, and then they couldn't agree whether to get rid of daylight savings time or keep daylight savings time, and I wanted to scream. I was just like, just get it done. I just want it over with.
It will never be gone, Jay. It is essential to our lives. We must flip the clock randomly and confuse all of our animals.
Oh man, I hate it so much.
The animals are the ones that suffer the most because their internal clock doesn't change, and then like cattle on farms and stuff like that. I mean, even your dog will be like, "Why am I being fed an hour late or an hour early?"
No, exactly. They're hungry earlier than they were because they're used to getting fed at the same time every day.
Exactly. Proving once again that time is an illusion. Another popular conspiracy theory, which happens to be true. All right, Jay. So I was watching some more documentaries. I don't know if you've heard of these Jurassic Park movies.
I mean, we both know what happened with me in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, we all know.
For listeners who don't remember, I've never seen the first Jurassic Park movie.
Shame, very shame.
Because I wasn't allowed to, and so now I don't go see it.
You're missing out. You're missing out on 2.5 good movies, Jay.
Now it's more of a joke that I haven't seen it than it is like amongst my friend circle than me just actually going and watching the movie. At this point it's funnier that I haven't seen this movie.
But of course, Jay, the reason that the dinosaurs were gone in the first place, a lot of people think, oh yeah, big asteroid impact triggered a big volcanic eruption that covered the earth in ash and everything died.
Yeah, of course.
But of course that's not true. Aliens killed the dinosaurs, Jay.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I thought it was going to be a "We're Back" situation where the aliens were the dinosaurs were aliens and they left and then they came back. Remember that movie, "We're Back"?
Yeah, that's also a Rick and Morty episode.
It is also a Rick and Morty episode with the skateboarding dinosaurs or whatever happened.
Yes, giant.
In an angry race of comets or whatever.
Every planet they go to has had dinosaurs, and yes, on one planet, the alien race is obsessed with the dinosaurs being like 6 skateboarders.
Oh, that's a wild episode.
Yeah. But of course, Jay, ancient aliens don't discount the asteroid theory, because obviously when we found the Chicxulub crater in the Yucatan Peninsula, we know that an asteroid did hit Earth.
Right.
So instead of just being like, oh, so we were wrong about aliens destroying the dinosaurs, they were like, no, that asteroid didn't hit the Earth by accident, Jay. Aliens threw it into the Earth because dinosaurs were too powerful for them to conquer.
Of course they were.
They wanted to bring a weaker race to the top of the food chain and allow mammals to flourish.
Dinosaurs with their tiny walnut-sized brains were just too powerful.
See, that's the See, ancient civilizations are not always what they appear, Jay. And there is a sizable conspiracy group that believes that dinosaurs not only were smarter than humanity, they had cities and technology. And they were unable to be conquered by an alien race, Jay, and that's why the asteroid was sent to destroy the food chain. Because, of course, as we all know, the Earth was blacked out by a huge blanket of ash, which caused the plants to die, which caused the prey animals to die, which in turn caused the carnivores to die. And only the small mammals could survive on land, and only the fish in the oceans could survive. I mean, let's be honest, Jay. We all know that's what happened.
Yeah. No, that is what happened. It certainly wasn't a redirected.
It was redirected, but do you know how it was redirected, Jay?
I'm assuming with tractor beams.
In a way. Did you know that the pyramids were actually built by the dinosaurs, Jay?
Oh, no.
See, they enslaved a dinosaur population, Jay, and they forced them to build the pyramids, which are actually arranged in such a pattern to create a magnet, Jay.
So why doesn't the magnet still work today?
Because it's not charged, Jay.
Oh, okay.
You see, the untranslatable hieroglyphics on the pyramids are actually the instructions to charge the batteries hidden in the center of them to draw an asteroid to hit the Earth.
Oh, God.
No, it's breaking J Logs.
Oh, shit.
We've delved too deep.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, this is a real conspiracy theory I found.
People need to... Jeff, someone needs to take your Reddit account away. You can't log on to our conspiracy anymore.
No. I gotta keep... I have to expose these theories, Jay, so that other people's minds won't be destroyed by finding them.
Another classic documentary, Men in Black.
Yes, obviously very true. But
Here come the Men in Black Galaxy Defenders.
See, the ancient Egyptians, Jay, they did not build the pyramids. They found them, and they were able to use them in their proper function. They knew it was a gigantic electromagnet, and so they harnessed them as batteries to power their civilization. And that is actually what sunk Atlantis, Jay. Was a giant feedback charge from the battery pyramids. But if we could translate the hieroglyphics on the pyramid, Jay, we would know how to charge the batteries.
My face is melting like the Nazis in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
All right, Jay.
Men in Black. 2 good movies, 3 bad ones.
Yeah.
And a Saturday morning children's show. That's my favorite Alien thing, besides Alien.
Well, Jay, I mentioned Atlantis. You ever seen the Disney documentary Atlantis?
I had. It's been years, but I'm pretty sure I saw Atlantis in theaters.
Well, that was a bit of misinformation, Jay, because Atlantis was actually an alien space station that crashed into the ocean, and you know why it crashed into the ocean?
Aliens.
They unintentionally drug it down with the magnet pyramids, Jay, when they were drawing in an asteroid. Because as we know, asteroids have a large metal content. And so did the space station, and it crashed into the ocean when they tried to kill all the dinosaurs, Jay.
Of course it did. Why not?
But did you know that there was an alien survivor of the space station?
Oh, I didn't.
Can you guess who that might have been?
Oh,
She's gone by many names.
she. Okay. I was gonna say Jesus Christ.
No, that would be hilarious.
if it was, I was gonna end the podcast right now. Cleopatra, I guess, since you said she.
Yes, Jay. She's gone by many names. She was an alien queen who ruled Earth from the space station. But when she was stranded on Earth, she put herself into cryosleep to bide her time until humanity would arise for her to rule over. And she kept switching guises down through the centuries until finally she was murdered as Cleopatra.
Wild.
Do you know about the Easter Island heads, Jay?
I mean, I know of them, yes.
Yes. So some people think, it was an ancient sea-faring Polynesian people that made them.
Right, of course. No, I mean,
Yes.
that's the logical thing.
As a tribute to their gods. But it turns out, no, Jay. They're actually alien self-portraits that serve as guide stones to the crash site of Atlantis. Did you know that, Jay?
I didn't know that.
See, if we could unlock the guide, whatever pattern they're arranged in is supposedly a guide to point you towards the resting place of Atlantis. And its crash vault survived, Jay. And the government found one during World War II, and that's how we obtained microprocessing technology. Which, of course, was explored a little bit in the documentary Transformers from 2007.
Oh, boy.
Where a transformer named Megatron, Jay, was actually the source of all of our technological advancements.
I was always more of a Starscream guy.
Oh, well, yes, I do love a good Starscream.
I mean, he's a big loser. He reminds me of myself.
He has one of the most memorable lines for me from the 1986 movie, where his foot is caught in the city while it's transforming, and he blasts. And he's like, "Ow, my foot!" I still do that when I stub my toe or something.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to start doing that. I forgot about that scene. No, I love like Megatron is dead, so Starscream's just like, I'm the king now.
Yes.
And it's like, the big loser Starscream. And then it's, and all the other Decepticons are like, no, I'm gonna be the new king. And like the Dinobots Decepticon opposition, which was the construction worker robots.
Yes, the Constructicons that
Like-
form Devastator.
But and it's like, but yeah, we'll just let fucking loser ass Starscream sit on the throne.
He was Megatron's second in command, but that's also another one of the most memorable lines from Galvatron, voiced by Leonard Nimoy. Starscream is having his coronation. He's like, "Who interrupts my coronation?" And he's like, "Coronation, this is bad comedy."
I just always loved the when Leonard Nimoy delivers that as Galvatron. He's like, Starscream. I love that line delivery.
All right, so we've obviously established that everything we know is wrong.
And that the Transformers, the Autobots are real.
So I'm sure you've heard of Noah, Jay. Built an ark, saved some animals.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah, that guy. I was like the North Oceanic and Atmospheric Association.
Yes, sure, Jay. No, I'm talking about Noah from the Bible, Jay, which is
Oh.
riddled with clues to our ancient alien overlords,
Oh
by the way.
no.
Oh, boy. All right, Jay. Well, you know Noah, right? He was saving animals from a big flood.
Yep. Two boy lions. He didn't want any funny business on the ark.
Did you know, Jay, that was actually much earlier than people theorize it was? The reason he built the ark was because when the pyramid magnet started dragging down the asteroid and space station Atlantis, the aliens knew they would have to preserve life. So Noah was actually an alien, Jay. And he built an ark, but the ark did not sail on the water, Jay. It left Earth to preserve all the Earth species they wanted to save.
Oh, I've seen this episode of Futurama. It's a giant stingray. And then it takes the human DNA and it kind of looks at us and it's like, oh, y'all be needing this.
Well, Jay, you would think that that would be the end of the Noah's Ark alien story, but it's not.
Okay.
Because Noah actually, when he brought the creatures back, he seeded them with a secret DNA code that you can still read today, Jay. That's why all animals share so much DNA on Earth. Because, like, the difference between us and, like, another species of ape is, like, less than 1% of our DNA.
Right.
Which, I mean, most animals share most of their DNA on the Earth. Could that be a coincidence, Jay? Could it mean we have a common ancestor? No. That is not it.
It's aliens.
It's aliens. We were all made from the same genetic code by these aliens. Alien Noah brought you back to Earth, Jay.
It's the Noah's Ark.
All right. Well, since we delved into the Bible, Jay Loxam is so happy to talk about Jesus.
Oh, boy.
Did you know Jesus was a reptilian, Jay?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
He was actually one of the first reptilians to ever visit Earth. And he was so successful at starting his cult that it's still used as a religion to this day.
Oh, boy.
People think that they're worshiping the Son of God, Jay, but he's actually the son of Lizard God.
Yeah, I mean, once again, Futurama, Matt Groening telling us how it is. Space Pope in Futurama, he's a lizard.
Now, Jay, I'm sure you've heard of the Nephilim, right?
Yes, I've heard, yes.
Yes, half human, half angel.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't angels, Jay, they were aliens.
Oh.
They were a hybrid with an alien race that was much larger than humanity, which is why the Nephilim were so much larger and stronger, which is why, in opposition to the alien magnet theory of the pyramids, Jay, the reason the Earth was flooded was because the Nephilim became too powerful for our alien overlords to control, because they wanted to rebel against our reptilian masters, Jay. And so the reptilians actually flooded the Earth to destroy the Nephilim.
I like how a lot of these conspiracy theories even contradict with each other.
Oh, yes. There are so many contradictory theories, Jay. So many. But yes, people believe that the Nephilim were mostly destroyed by the flood, but not all of them. And in fact, Jay, one of our country's biggest secrets, Area 51, does not actually house greys or reptilian aliens or anything else like that, Jay. It actually houses one of the last Nephilim.
Oh.
And they read its thoughts and its advanced brain patterns inherited from its alien ancestry to make all of our modern technology.
Ooh. If we had all just shown up and stormed Area 51 like that event on Facebook wanted us to.
We would have known. We would have known for sure this time. Because, if a bunch of people show up, they can't shoot us all,
Yeah,
Jay.
they can't kill all of us.
Now, that would never happen. I mean, it's not like they're heavily armed military base or anything.
You're right.
I'm sure.
Man. We'll have the Naruto runners over here.
Exactly. They'll be too fast for the machine guns.
They'll run in between the bullets.
Let's see, if people had known how to Naruto run on D-Day, Jay, it would have been 0 casualties.
I'll just run where the bullets aren't.
Yes, exactly. You should really, if you have a great grandparent still alive from World War II, you should ask him why he didn't Naruto run and dodge all the bullets.
Yeah, he should have. And then he'll be like, I did. Why do you think I'm still here?
Exactly. That's the only people who survived, the ones who knew how to Naruto run. That's another conspiracy theory for you for free.
This is the only one I actually believe.
The jutsus are real, people. Oh my God. All right, Jay. We've talked about many, many conspiracies today.
We sure have.
All of them true.
All of them true, even the ones that contradict the other ones.
Even the contradictory conspiracy theories are, of course, absolutely true. We watched a lot of documentaries, Jay. But I got to test your knowledge of general conspiracies.
Oh, boy. All right.
I mean, we've immersed ourselves in the conspiracy world, Jay.
We have quite a bit. I mean, I read lots of UFO books when I was younger.
I did as well.
It was always fun.
I've always been fascinated with aliens, but never to the point where I believe they rule the earth.
All right, well, let's get this conspiracy stuff over with.
Indeed, Jay. Beware. Streams of vapor often trail behind airplanes. Officially known as contrails, they're known in the conspiracy theory community as
chemtrails.
Oh, Jay Logston, that's perfectly correct. All right, Jay. Why do some observers believe that the Twin Towers were rigged with explosives and were blown up as part of a massive conspiracy?
Oh, I don't know what the conspiracy was. I just know that, other than an excuse to start war in the Middle East, I don't know.
Top-level Bush administrators exchanged emails about the buildings being rigged for demolition 3 weeks before the attacks. No, that's not actually true.
No, of course, yeah.
They think by slowing down the video, you can see this is clearly a controlled demolition of these towers, Jay. It's got nothing to do with the plane flying into
right.
The popular jet fuel can't melt steel beams theory. Bear in mind that it doesn't have to actually melt the beams if it just crushes them by crashing into it. But yes, jet fuel could absolutely burn hot enough to melt steel beams, too.
Oh, boy.
But that's beside the point. Some people believe that the Denver airport is what, Jay?
It's like an apocalypse bunker, right? Or it's made to look like a pentagram, and there's a horseman of the apocalypse there and stuff.
They believe it's the headquarters of the New World Order.
Okay.
And their survival bunker underneath the airport.
I'll take half a point.
Gangsta rap was devised by corporate executives for what purpose, Jay?
I would assume to keep the black man down.
To help, well, I guess in a way, yes. To help keep private prisons full, Jay.
Oh.
It's all one big link conspiracy.
All right, I'm going to take that point.
Why do some people believe that NASA faked the moon landing?
I mean, I don't know why they think it. I guess because the Earth's flat.
It's because the flag is moving in the video, Jay.
Oh, God.
And it's the vacuum of space, except he set it down so it would still be moving from him putting it.
And also, I believe the flag was designed to look like it was waving.
Yes, it was also designed to look like that, yes. And space, while being a vacuum, does have forces acting in it. Have you ever heard of solar winds, Jay?
Right.
There's a rumor that all humans are essentially enslaved by reptilian overlords.
No, I mean, we proved that. That's not a rumor.
Yes, we did prove that. But who started it, Jay?
So, I mean, like I said, I assume, like David Icke is probably the famous person.
Okay, I'll give you your three options.
Okay.
It was a deleted scene from the original Matrix film. Wrong. It's unclear, but everyone knows it's a fact. I mean, plausible. A retired English soccer player.
Oh yeah, I'd say the retired English soccer player.
Yes, you're correct.
Also, like, I mean, Robert, the guy who wrote Conan.
Robert E. Howard.
Robert E. Howard, like, he wrote stories about like lizard people and stuff like that.
That's
Like
true.
it goes back, it goes back way longer than.
Yes, the lizard people theory is not new, but the fact that they rule over the earth is apparently new.
Yeah.
So a 2014 study found that half of the world's population had never heard of the Holocaust, and a third of people polled don't believe it ever happened. What is their explanation for this?
I don't want to do this anymore.
You gotta answer now, Jay. We're in the quiz.
Something bad. I mean, it's because they're bad people. They're not good people.
It was created as a political ploy, Jay, for the Allies to discredit their opposition.
Oh, no.
It was never actually done.
Oh, no.
And yes, a third of people on Earth do not believe the Holocaust happened.
Oh, no.
At least not to the extent people say it did.
Oh.
I love this depressing Jay Logston episode.
This is the worst episode of the show. I take everything back. Every episode prior to this has been great. This is the worst thing we've done.
Where did the belief that modern vaccines cause autism come from, Jay?
Mark Wahlberg's brother's wife.
That would be hilarious.
Jenny McCarthy.
No, unfortunately, it was actually from a licensed doctor who wrote a study which has been picked apart by numerous organizations and doctors because its methodology is like completely unscientific. But yes, it was a 1997 study published in Lancet magazine. I believe it's a medical journal. But yes, you want to know how many people believe vaccines may cause autism, Jay?
No, I don't, but you're going to tell me anyway.
45% of the population.
Oh, no.
So get ready for those cool diseases to come back, like polio and scarlet fever and all that kind of thing.
I mean, I keep waiting for the microchips they implanted in me when I got vaccinated to activate and kill me, and it keeps not happening. So I mean, I don't know, but I keep seeing things pushed to my Twitter account implying that it's going to happen any day now.
Yeah.
And all of us that have been vaxxed are going to drop dead. And
we might get to that on a future conspiracy theory episode.
And
Jay.
it just hasn't happened yet, and I just keep waiting because I just want it to happen.
There's so many vaccine conspiracy theories were so deep I did not even include any in this because it's like it would take the entire episode.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to go down that rabbit hole.
You don't want to go down that road, Jay. Not on those tires.
Not on that road.
During the 2016 presidential election, what sparked a belief that potential human trafficking ring was operating out of a Washington, D.C. pizza restaurant?
Well, it was the Podesta emails, and it was a thing about walnut sauce and Pizzagate and videos and fake videos of Huma Abedin and like I said, I've listened to lots of QAA, and I hate this.
It's obviously happening, Jay. We all know it. Washington is one big pedophile ring, which I will say was bolstered by all the Epstein stuff that came out.
Right, but like it didn't just incriminate Washington. Like it incriminated like
no, Jay, only people in Washington.
Like, no, what about all the other celebrities that were also, Matt Groening is on that list.
They're just tied to what all he did was get his nasty feet rubbed, Jay. Can a man get his nasty feet rubbed on pedophile plane?
But don't worry, Trump was only on the list because he was a white hat who was trying to bring down Epstein or whatever the fuck.
I mean, that's the only reason Bill Clinton was there too, Jay. Trying to infiltrate it as presidential buddies. See, Bill Clinton was a former president, and he knew Trump was a future president.
Yeah, from the space powers.
Yes, well, his wife is a reptilian overlord, Jay. They
Right.
picked the president.
Oh, yeah, no, of course. I don't know why she would lose on purpose if she was a reptilian overlord, but sure, why not?
All to protect their operation, Jay.
Oh, of course.
So what's the
Kill
proof?
me now.
This conspiracy theory I actually think does hold some water, Jay. What was the evidence that the Nirvana's lead singer Kurt Cobain died as a result of murder and not suicide?
I don't know.
The handwriting on his suicide note. Oh, this is one of the. I mean, there's a lot of different things that point out inconsistencies in the police investigation and things.
Okay.
But on examining the handwriting on the suicide note, several penmanship experts have said that it's not Kurt Cobain's handwriting.
Can I make an inappropriate joke about Kurt Cobain?
Yes.
What has more brains than Kurt Cobain?
What?
The wall behind him.
Ah.
All right. Well,
Oh, Jay.
I apologize.
You did a great job on this conspiracy quiz, Jay.
Oh, good. Oh boy.
It's good that you know all the truths that are out there.
Oh boy.
I believe now that Jay Logston is thoroughly depressed, we'll have to revisit conspiracies at some point.
Oh no.
I'll give him a break though. I'm not doing it right away.
I'll tell a fun story at least since we started off talking about UFOs.
Yeah.
When I was like we both mentioned, I liked space. And I was interested in UFOs and aliens and stuff. I mean, watched Men in Black, watched Alien. Alien's still one of my favorite movies of all time. And so I would constantly, we'd be driving around at night, going from one place to another. My mom and I would go out for walks around our neighborhood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I would constantly be looking up at the stars, trying to find constellations, just looking for cool stuff. And there was one night where I swore I saw a UFO.
Yeah.
And Mom was like, "Oh, it's just because I would say this every once in a while, like, oh, look at that, that looks weird." And she'd be like, "Oh, it's just an airplane. Oh, it's just an airplane." And so she didn't even look. She was just like, "It's just an airplane."
Yeah.
And like the next day or like a couple days later in the newspaper, there was actually like an article where it's like lots of people saw a UFO on Wednesday night, or whatever, the night that I claimed that I saw this weird thing that wasn't an airplane because the lights were wrong. Mm-hmm. And, lots of people saw this and, it was and called in about this UFO. And so it turns out I wasn't the only one who saw it.
Right.
And they were like, it was an airplane, but the the landing lights had malfunctioned or something like that.
Okay.
But it was such a neat thing where it's like one time I was right.
So that there were people watching the skies other than you.
Yep.
So.
I wasn't the only one watching this. And that was the moment where I went like, well, at least I was right this one time.
You know why conspiracy theories are so popular? This is my conspiracy theory about why conspiracy theories are so popular, Jay.
Sure.
Life is terrible.
Right.
And continues to get worse. And so I think people would rather blame all of our problems on some kind of cool, conspiracy theory going on in the background. Instead of just admitting that we're failing as a species and everything is just going worse and worse and worse.
No, I agree with
time
you.
goes on. Because it'd be way cooler for it to be some kind of shadow cabal of alien lizards running the government, or we're like a zoo planet that the interstellar people keep messing up for their entertainment or something like that.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing that you and I said with the we've said multiple times, I wish it was, I think it'd be cool if it was real because it would make things more interesting, but I don't think it's actually real.
See, and that's the main problem is conspiracy theories are really fun for me to think about and to be entertained by, but more and more people are using them as an escape, to escape their horrible reality.
Right.
Which, that's, I'll end with one final conspiracy theory I was reading on Reddit the other day. Because Jay Logston knows I troll Reddit all the time.
I mean, I do too. I look at other stuff normally like soccer and Packers related things.
Yeah, Jay Logston does love his Packers. That's true. But no, see, climate change is a government myth, Jay. They're using to control us. They want it to restrict our access to certain technologies and modes of transportation so that only they know what's actually going on. And I'm thinking, I mean, people see things are getting worse environment-wise, right? And just every few years, it like takes another step down.
I mean, we had, multiple tornadoes, like, straight,
Yes. I mean, hugely strong storm systems just battered the state while we were gone. And not just our state, the entire Midwest.
We had days of, tornado warnings. Like, it wasn't just, one tornado warning once. It was constant tornado warnings for, 3 days in a row.
Multiple powerful funnels dropped all over Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas. I mean, all the way down to Texas. And I think Oklahoma got hit pretty hard, too.
Yep.
And part of Texas now is underwater from flooding and all this torrential downpour they've been getting.
Yeah, but it's just it's all fake. This is just normal things that happen.
They're saying that this is probably going to be the worst hurricane season ever. I saw an article about that, and they're expecting at least 21 hurricanes. Named hurricanes to form this year.
I mean, I still think about the derecho.
Oh yes,
that we had here in Iowa, a thing that I literally didn't even know how to pronounce. I'd never heard the word before.
No, it had never happened before in our lifetimes.
And then just a land hurricane just fucking comes through Iowa,
and people try to act like it's normal. Yeah, that's something that just happens here, Jay. But no, I mean, all I could say is, Jay, if you like shrimp, you better enjoy them now.
Right? Yeah, we talked about that too. Oh boy. Well,
I think we've depressed ourselves enough now, Jay. But yes,
post your favorite conspiracy theory in the comments of this video.
If we have any believers out there, send us your theories.
Yeah, all right. If we insulted you or whatever, send us an email, horrorfortheholidays@gmail.com. We'll make sure to read it out on our Garbage Day segment.
Yes.
But yeah, if you have any thoughts on this episode or any episode, send us an email, leave us a comment, all that stuff. Get in touch with us on social media. We are Horror for Holidays at all the places: Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Threads, X. I think that's all of them.
Yep. YouTube.com/horror for the holidays. Hit the bell, subscribe, leave comments, talk to us. Rate us on all the podcatchers. Tell us we're fat. Tell us we're stupid, but only 5-star reviews count.
Yeah, I don't want to hear how stupid we are in a 1-star review.
Fuck
I want to
that.
hear.
I don't even read anything below a 3-star review, Jay. I don't even read.
Yeah, I don't even deign those with my.
And unless it's a 4 or 5-star review, I'm not taking anything in there seriously.
Yeah, certainly, comments about how bad our audio setup was on the last episode. I don't want to hear it unless it's a 5-star review.
Yeah. 5-star review, terrible audio. Jay Logston, it's terrible, man.
I mean, I am terrible. That's true. But yeah, otherwise, we'll see you next week with a guest as we talk about, I guess we'll spoil it now, Day of the Beast, and you'll be able to figure out who the guest is based off of that if you've listened to multiple episodes.
Yes, we've said multiple times who Day of the Beast was reserved for.
Yep. So we'll see you again next week with a mainline episode. We're finally getting back into our regular schedule.
Oh, boy.
Bye.
Goodbye. The truth is out there.